Coffee time with Steve. Again, it's not tea. I don't drink tea. I'm not Irish. So, many of you are aware, Justin from OCD for EDC, a personal friend of mine, has released a couple of videos in the last couple of days concerning Brian of the Slicey Dicey channel. I've had a lot of people ask me if this is why, over the last couple months, when I've been doing lives, I've been saying, fuck Slicey, fuck Brian. Yes, this is exactly why. I have a partially made YouTube video with a test where I address it, but anyway. I can personally vouch for at least half a dozen people who came to me, well, didn't come to me, it got brought up in a conversation, 3 of which were YouTubers, like actual YouTube guys you know, who had the exact same, this is how this actually got brought up, exact same experience as what the 20 whatever people who emailed Justin and Justin's personal experience with Brian was. And when I was at Blade Show, hanging out with Justin, hanging out with a bunch of the dudes, they asked me, Steve, what's your beef with Brian? And I explained to him, this is what I found out. This is what had popped up, had got brought to my attention in a couple chats randomly. Because everybody's in, you have you're in chats and stuff like that. This one had a bunch of YouTube guys in it. Anyway, and I explained it to him. And Justin literally goes, wow, it's crazy. Same shit happened to me. A similar story happened to me. I actually had bought a knife from him, and he explains it, and he was supposed to get this hardware or whatever, and never got it from Brian. Brian never hit him up again. Just, sorry. So I was like, well, there you go. You're guy number 7 or number 8 that I've heard this from, where you've either won a giveaway. I've heard guys that have won giveaways and never received their prizes. This is like 4 or 5 people. 3 of which are YouTuber guys, but they don't want to talk about it. Okay. Or they've bought things from him and not received product, kind of just like Justin did. So again, I'm not making this up. Okay. So now Justin came out and like a real man called him out on it after Slicey decided to lie again. So my point for this whole thing is doing this video is I'm not, I've got Justin's back on this. I've heard this from probably almost, close to a dozen people before him. And I'm glad he brought it up. I should have brought it up earlier, like put the whole thing out there. So shame on me. But my question is this. Here's my question. Is what the fuck are you guys going to do about it? Justin has the nuts to just turn around and call the bullshit and say, this is fucked up. This guy's fucking people over. And if you watch his last video, him and Molly make some great fucking points. Molly actually says something to the effect of, this is a small example of what's happening in the country right now. People just tuck their head in the sand and don't want to shake the boat, and they let this kind of shit continue. And then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's exactly what this is. You've got this scumbag Brian, who's been fucking dozens at this point of people over year after year. And because none of you motherfuckers, okay, and this goes to the YouTube guys that I'm friends with, didn't want to say anything or didn't want to rock the boat, you allowed him to continue to do this to more and more and more people. This is what happens. This is what happens when anyone does anything wrong. Someone goes and robs a fucking bank and they don't get caught, they go rob another bank. They're going to keep doing it, okay? My question is, what the fuck is the community going to do about it? My personal opinion is you motherfuckers won't do a goddamn thing. That's what I think, personally. Because there's going to be a bunch of dudes in the comments section. I already see them. They're like, oh, YouTube drama. You guys are acting like a bunch of girls. Eat my fucking fat dick, okay? Where I come from, when someone does something wrong, morally wrong, and has shitty morals, you put that person on blast. You let everybody know that this is not the guy to fucking do business with. This is not the guy you want to associate with, right? Because where I come from, I'm not saying I've never lied. I'm not saying I've never done immoral shit. I've never said I've never made mistakes. But I was a young man, and I learned from them, and I don't do it. And I haven't made that mistake again. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes, as long as you learn from it, and then you don't make that mistake again. That's called growing up. When you are a grown-ass man, and you continue to do fucked up things and immoral things, you're just a shitty fucking person, like Brian is. So here's my prediction. I'm going to put this out here now because I want to nail this right now before he has a chance to respond. Because in Brian's world, the walls are starting to close in now because Brian hasn't let his foot off, or Justin hasn't let his foot off the gas. Justin fucking put it down, dropped the hammer, and then followed up with it. And he had, what did he say? He had receipts, right? He showed you the text messages. Yeah, Brian is a liar, okay? And unfortunately, just like Justin, the people that come forward don't want to be part of the drama. They don't want to get in the middle of it, blah, 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 blah. Pussy. That's what it is. It's pussy. And it is, Molly was right. This is why we're in the situation we're in now, is letting people get a fucking pass when they do fucked up shit. Now, here's my prediction as well. Not only is the community not going to do a motherfucking thing, this is what's going to happen. I guarantee you in the next couple days to a week, Brian's going to put out a video, okay, either defending his shit or admitting to it, apologizing, and coming up with some excuse about what the fuck happened in his life, blah, 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 someone's sick, someone died, my dog, whatever. Same fucking problems the whole fucking world has, okay? Probably minuscule, actually, okay? But you know what grown men do when we have problems? We fucking handle them, and we don't lose our fucking composure and do fucked up shit to people. But that's my point. This is what Brian's going to do. He's going to admit to it, and he's going to come up with some fucking bullshit excuse about somebody dying or his dog or what the fuck ever. Whatever the fucking excuses, it doesn't fucking matter. That's what he's going to fucking do. And you all are going to give him a pass. That's what's going to happen. And he's going to let it blow over. Because he thinks he's smarter than you. That's the thing you guys don't really understand about Slicey. Brian genuinely thinks he's smarter than you. He thinks he's smarter than everybody. He really thinks he's got everybody fooled because he's gotten away with it for so long. Because the community is full of a bunch of some of the most good-hearted people I've ever met in my life. It still blows me away to this day. You will meet people who you've never actually met in person, and they will send you knives and send you hundreds and thousands of dollars of shit. Just because. Hey, you want to check out this? Rockstead or whatever? There you go. Guys will send stuff to fucking channels. $1,000 knives. Custom, all this. You see it all the time. You see it all the time. Because they're just generous. Guys, we sell knives. We sell stuff back and forth all the time. Dudes will literally shoot you the money and then hope you put it in the mail. The reason that happens so often without issue usually is because it's all merit, honor based, right? It's an honor system. If you fuck up, people are going to call you out on it, right? Here we go. This is the same fucking concept. Call them out on it. It's somebody stealing and taking advantage of people's good nature in this community. And he's literally banking on the fact that he's no different than any of these politicians. That's what he is, really. He's like a politician. He's going to come up with an excuse. He's promising you something, right? Then he's not going to come through with it, like this apparent website I never heard about. And then he's going to come up with an excuse why. And then he's going to wait long enough for the news cycle to finish, and you forget about it. And new people walk in, and you don't know about it. And then no one ever finds out about it. That's what's going to happen. I guarantee you that's what y'all are going to do. I'll scream fuck Brian until the day I fucking die because he's a fucking scumbag. But will the community at large, all these freedom-loving, fucking gun-toting, fucking rah-rah guys, are y'all actually going to hold this motherfucker accountable? Some of you will. The guys I know will. But will the rest of the community? Or will you continue to let him act like a politician, make empty promises, come up with excuses why they don't happen, and then continue to do his thing? Because I will bet my right arm that if I could go back in time far enough, I guarantee you he's done this in every professional endeavor he's ever had in his life. I'll guarantee you. I will guarantee you he's played politics like this everywhere he's gone, and it's eventually burned him, and then he's moved on to the next thing. It's a pathological thing. So that's why I'm making this video. That's what I want to see. I want to ask the knife community, right? I want to ask you guys out there, what are you going to do about this? Are you going to tuck your head between your legs and go, well, I don't really know both sides, and I don't really know, he seems like a nice guy, and I'm just going to continue to watch his shit and continue to support him, right? Or are you going to trust Justin? You don't trust me, right? A lot of people don't trust. That's fine. You don't trust me. You don't know me from Tom. But Justin and his wife, to upstanding people who have nothing to gain from this, nothing but anything to lose, actually, okay? Who are upstanding members of the community, who have done nothing but good shit for people, who I personally know. Are you going to let that just skate? I don't think you guys will do anything. I think he'll continue to get views. He'll continue to do his live fucking streams. He'll continue to try to bully other. I want to know how many other channels he's tried to bully out like that. You saw what he literally, he went on, you got to think about this. He went on, again, I say he's like a politician. He went on his live and lied on camera about what happened between him and Justin. Thinking Justin either is again, he thinks he's smarter than Justin. I've said fuck Slicey for the last couple months. I know he's heard it. I know he's not stupid. Why he hasn't said shit to me, I have no idea. But apparently he must think Justin's sweet or his wife's sweet or something. But he literally went on his live and lied to you all. Right there. So before you, again, so the whole, I don't want to get in the middle of it, I don't really know, we don't really know, there's his side, her side. No. Justin literally proved to you that Slicey lied about that. I can tell you he's lied about it. I can tell you of half a dozen people personally, that I personally know, that have had situations with him where they have not received what they either paid for or won. So, this is my call to the community. What are you going to do about it? You going to prove me wrong? You going to actually turn around and say, fuck this guy, and let his fucking channel burn, and let him fucking go find some, go back to cycling or comedy or whatever other fucking stunt he thinks he whatever endeavor he wants to do, and kick him the fuck out? Or are you just going to bury your head in the fucking sand and let it keep going? Because I don't take the same approach that Justin does, where it's like, he's like, I see some people in the comments and they don't want to be part of it. That's fine, I understand that. No. Fuck you. If you don't want to be a part of this, if you're not part of this solution, then you're part of the problem in this exact situation. Because like I said, he brought up, he's gotten 24 emails of people that have had this happen to them. And had they spoken up early enough on, then the next guy after them, it wouldn't have happened to, or girl, or whoever it was. But because when you let someone get away with something, then the next person who gets victimized by this person, it's kind of a rough word, victimized. I don't know what the word. When he fucks over somebody else, okay? I'm not trying to make this sound super dramatic, but I'm just saying it's a character thing, okay? And people like this do this in a lot of facets of their life, and they continue to get away with it. And if they continue to get away with it, then it keeps going. He brought up the example of that Kit guy who stole 3 times in one day at Blade Show, and everyone let him get a pass. I'm not saying that led to him fucking shooting through a wall and killing a kid. But who knows what else was going on in his life when you continue to let this shit go. I'm just saying people need to start standing up for fucking morals. And is the knife community, are y'all going to do this? Are y'all going to stand up for it, or are you going to let this guy roll? Oh, it's just not, blah, 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 blah. It's just this. It's not that big a deal. Okay, fine. That's how you feel. You're part of it then. That's a fact. If you're going to let somebody get away with something this big, then you're going to let them get away with something bigger. That's how it starts. Nobody wakes up one day and goes, I'm going to knock over a Brinks truck. No. They like steal candy from a store when they're a kid. And then they go fucking rob a bodega. And then it escalates. So who knows where this could continue to go. Again, I'm not trying to fucking be dramatic about it. I'm just saying, in this little sense, this tiny little thing in the world, all you have to do is take a small stand for something and not let somebody get away with something that is a detriment to a group of people that you care about and you want to be a part of. You want this, this to be the great community that it is, then you got to stand up for something. And I'm hoping that maybe if people get the balls to stand up to this and go, I'm not going to let this guy get away with it, I'm not going to support this, then maybe, like I said, when somebody, first they rob they steal candy, then they rob a store, then they rob a bank, maybe this starts here. You see what happens when you stand up for yourself a little bit, and then maybe it carries on to the rest of your life. Because, rubber's about to meet the road in the real world, and you're going to have to start standing up. Or you're going to be like Slicey, who's probably going to get in line, or he probably already got the jab. But anyway, that's my question. What are you guys going to do about it? I'm not trying to be dramatic, just being honest. I don't think he'll do a fucking thing. I think he'll come up with an excuse, and I think all of you will forgive him for it. Or you could prove me wrong. Have a great day.